My name is Gary Fritz. I walked through the doors of the original church in 1998 and felt like I had come home. We had come off a season in our lives where we weren't going to church anymore, and I got up one Sunday morning and said, I'm going to Grace. 1998, when I walked through the door, I just felt like I'd come home, and it was the beginning of my faith journey. And in July of 1999, I walked 60-some steps down into the river at Turkey Run State Park, and Tim baptized me, and that was the beginning of the season of faith for me. What I love about Grace is that in 1992, a group of 26 believers or so, with the Word of God as the foundation, took a leap of faith to start a church, and not to just do church, but to be the church to the world. And that foundation built the first building. That foundation bought property next door. That foundation on the Word of God built more buildings, more additions. And I'm just proud to be a part of that growth for several years. We're not as involved in the ministry as we used to be. We're in a different season of life. When your grandkids come, they become kind of your ministry. But it's great to see the next generation coming behind us. When we started in this church, we were that generation. They're the next generation. We've moved up a generation. And it's great to see them come along and do the ministry and grow the mission. I am currently in a season of life that is a little heavy from the standpoint that I'm having some medical symptoms, I would say, that are concerning. In this day and age, it's common when you have these symptoms or you have these feelings or these pains to go to the internet. And I can tell you that the internet is not the place to go for these types of things. It has created a fear in me. I am scared much of the time of what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing, and we are pursuing doctors and this and that. But it has created a fear, and I am scared most of the time and anxious. And I can tell you that 3 times in the last 2 weeks, in the middle of the night, that God has come to me. And He said it's going to be okay. And He comes in different ways. Sometimes He removes a pain that I might be feeling. Sometimes He just allows me to sleep. And sometimes He just fills my body with His Spirit. God is alive and God is well, and it's going to be fine. I can trust in Him, and I've put my faith in Him, and I'm at peace with it. So as we pursue these next couple weeks, we're going to find out some things, but God is in control all the time. A few years ago, I worked a claim in Flora, Indiana. I went in and sat down with the gentleman. I had been trying to set up an appointment with him for a couple weeks. He had not been returning calls. And when I walked through the door, he apologized because his sister was working a church camp down by Lafayette. And she was driving a van, and a trailer hauling canoes was coming the other way. And the trailer came unhooked and went through the window and killed her. And I just had this overwhelming feeling of compassion and mercy and grace for him. And I worked the claim, and I left the claim. And I was driving down the road, and I must have had the right music on. And the Spirit of God filled the cab of the truck and just flushed over me. And in that moment of time, there wasn't a sinful thought in my mind. There was only love and grace and peace. It just washed over, and I couldn't have had a sinful thought. And that's what heaven is to me. It's just where we go, and we have love, and we have peace, and we have grace, and we have everything that Jesus wanted for us. And we have that overwhelming feeling of no sinfulness. Heaven is that. It's the world that God created prior to the fall of man. That was His heaven. Heaven was created by God. And we're going to go back to that someday.